Picture the scene. We are transported directly back to the historical city of Medina. A traveler has literally just arrived in town. Now, this guy isn't a VIP. Actually, scratch that. He's the exact opposite of a VIP. He isn't some wealthy merchant expecting a five-star experience. The source material describes him simply as weary, completely exhausted, and hungry. I mean, he's at the absolute end of his rope. And setting the scene like this is absolutely crucial, because it establishes just how vulnerable this guy was, creating the perfect, unassuming blank canvas for the extraordinary interaction that's about to hit him out of nowhere.
And look at how fast this actually unfolds. The pacing of this encounter is just wild. There is basically zero delay between this guy's moment of utter desperation and the help he receives. At the 0-minute mark, we've got his exhausted arrival, right? But by minute 8, just 8 minutes later, he is warmly noticed by Imam Muhammad al-Jawad and invited in to eat. And then, a mere 10 minutes after that, at the 18-minute mark, he's literally being served a meal directly. The Imam doesn't hesitate for a second. He doesn't, outsource the job to an assistant or a helper. The sheer speed of this hospitality shows this incredible, almost hyper-awareness of someone else's suffering.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core thematic contrast of our whole explainer today. On one hand, you have the Imam, a figure of immense respect holding an incredibly high status in society. Yet in this specific moment, he's serving the guest himself. He's doing the menial work, purposefully hiding his high status from the traveler. No grand announcements about who he is, no demanding a round of applause for his charity. He just quietly, humbly serves. I mean, think about that for a second. How often do you see people in positions of massive power lowering themselves to serve others without making a whole PR stunt out of it? It's practically unheard of. Which leads perfectly into the traveler's reaction. He asks a super powerful question. Why do you serve me with your own hands? You really have to put yourself in his shoes here. The guy is just completely baffled. He can probably sense the grace and the nobility of the man taking care of him, right? But this man is doing the work of a servant. It is a total paradox to him. The traveler realizes in real time that he isn't just getting a free meal. He is experiencing something deeply unusual and just profoundly humbling. It's one of those rare moments that completely stops you in your tracks and forces you to question how the world actually works. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the Imam's direct reply, because it triggers a massive worldview shift. He says, honoring a guest is beloved to Allah, and serving others never decreases a person's dignity. Wow. That right there is the crux of the whole encounter. The Imam is actively dismantling this entire societal idea that your dignity is somehow tied to having other people serve you. Instead, he links the act of honoring a guest directly to the divine, making it crystal clear that it is beloved to Allah. He's assuring this totally confused traveler, and really us too, that lowering yourself to help someone else doesn't lower your personal worth whatsoever. Literally not even a little bit. Let's track the emotional shift here, because this brief, profound exchange completely transformed the traveler. Step 1, he arrives running on fumes, exhausted, depleted, physically and emotionally drained. Step 2, he gets hit with this completely unmerited, hands-on kindness from a man who expects absolutely nothing in return. And then, step 3, he leaves. But he doesn't just leave fed. He leaves deeply inspired and overwhelmed with gratitude. It wasn't just a hot meal, it was a life-altering lesson in human kindness. The physical hunger was solved, for sure, but that spiritual inspiration, that's the real, lasting gift he takes away from this. So the crucial point is what this all means for our definition of true greatness. Based entirely on the source text, true greatness is a state shown through humility, generosity, and serving others for the sake of Allah. And honestly, pay attention to what is noticeably absent from that list. Greatness isn't about your bank account. It's not about fancy titles or having an entourage catering to your every whim. No way. It is entirely about what you give, how humbly you actually give it, and the higher, selfless purpose driving that service.